Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to East Vineland, New Jersey, back on Kubota Farm. And it's official, I cannot be trusted with money in the bank. Let's just get that out of the way right now. So, here's what's been going on since we last met, which I guess would have been Saturday. I guess I put an episode on Saturday. Couple things. One, you'll notice our map has quite a bit more color to it now. It's not just an all grass county. So what I ended up doing, it kind of dawned on me to try this, and I think it's working. So I went around to a bunch of fields that we don't own, okay? And do we own this field? We own this field. Let's go to a field. Here, I'll show you one that I haven't done yet. So let's just take 46. So here's the typical grass field that we were seeing on Kubota Farm. I don't know what happened. It's still a mystery to me, but the entire county went grass, and it was weird. But here's what I thought. It dawned on me over the weekend. So I'm going to use easy development tools. And I go to fields and farmland, and I go to set field fruit type. And actually, before we do that, let me just verify what we can grow. I kind of tried to do it this way for the most part. You don't have to, I guess. But let's just pick soybeans, okay? So I went into field fruit type, and I go to soybeans, and I'm gonna let them be sown. Um, Plowed, yeah, whatever. We'll say it's plowed. We'll say it's 100% fertilized. Doesn't really matter. I don't think these things matter that much. And I said, okay. And as you can see, now this field has soybeans that have been planted, and that's it. And I went around the map, and I did that to a lot of fields to get rid of this grass condition we've been stuck in. And I think, based on some testing, it sticks. In other words, this map now considers these fields to be something other than grass, so we probably are going to start seeing contracts that aren't just baling. And one's already popped up, a plowing contract. And I fast forwarded several months just to test it out. And this seems to have gotten a lot of these fields out of the grass rut, so to speak. So I'm hoping, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it was getting a little bit annoying that all we ever saw was grass, 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 grass. Let's just do this one. We'll do oats on this one. So if we go back in, go to field fruit type, we can pick oats, and we'll say they're sown, plowed, blah, blah, blah. And now this is an oat field. And I think that is going to hopefully get this map back on track. Plus, doesn't it just look nicer to have more fruit types around the map? And as we drive around, we'll actually see fields with, crops in them instead of just grass. So there's that. The next thing I did, this is the part where things get a little bit crazy, is I purchased field 57. Kind of a small field. Excuse me. It was only like $100,000. I say only, but it's $100,000. And of course, it was grass. And I mulched it up, and I bought the soil sample for it for precision farming. And I did all this because we are going to do, oh man, why do I do this? We're going to put an orchard in here. We're going to do olives so we can make some olive oil. Yeah. And I started messing around with putting down and it's not going to be cheap. In fact, we're probably going to spend a lot of most of the money we have. Good or bad, I'm in it to win it now. These fields kind of cut in and out. See how it kind of cuts in a little bit and then cuts in down there? So it's kind of hard to get a nice straight line. I hope Giants does make it a little better in the next version, but it's kind of hard to do so. I mean, we can get close, but I'm a little OCD on this. So this is what I came up with. So we're gonna take, oh boy, we're gonna take the Kubota, and we are going to take the GPS mod. Okay, and we are going to basically decide where we want our first. Once we get the first, I think once we get the first strip of of olive vines in and it's straight, I think the rest of them will go in pretty easily. You know, that's what I'm thinking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the tire tracks from the Kubota, and I think this is gonna work. As silly as it may sound, yes, we wouldn't have to do any of this if I wasn't anal retentive, but I am a little anal retentive about how my orchard's gonna look. So let's shift this over a little bit because the tire tracks are gonna be, excuse me, are gonna be to the left. We're gonna use. Let me back this up and get the Kubota straightened out again. We're going to use the left, or the left tire tracks as a guide. I don't mind if we don't fill this field up like completely tight because it's orchard, it's going to be expensive anyways. But I think you're getting the idea of where I'm going with this. Let me, let me scooch this over even a little bit more. Like to about there, I think. And let me get the Kubota straightened out. This might make more sense when I do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive the Kubota. We're going to drive the Kubota. And you can see it's leaving nice set of tire tracks. A nice set of tire tracks. That's what we want. Okay? We'll do one more just to make sure they're as dark as they're going to get, and I think that's probably as dark as they are going to get. And we're going to drive out onto this new cornfield, thanks to easy dev controls. It's no longer a grass field, it's a cornfield. We don't own it, but at least it looks nice. Okay. So now we've got a set of very straight 90 degree or 0 degree tire tracks. And I know these tire tracks are straight as going to get. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So we are going to use this track right here as our guide for planting the olive vines. And if I haven't completely lost you at this point, I so appreciate you sticking with me on this one because I know it's a little bizarre. The simple fact that I'm doing olives, I don't know. Get bored or something, I don't know. So I'm not gonna put it straight here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of room here, like, you know, I don't know what that really is, but so I'm gonna line up on the track, and we're just gonna bring them down. And as you can see, we've already moved to the right a little bit, and I would have thought that would have been pretty straight, but really straight is like right there. That's actually pretty darn well. It's as straight as I'm gonna be happy with. And I think I just screwed up, but we'll see how this goes. And there's our first row of olive trees. The chickens are laughing at me. That's about the way I wanted it. You know, a little bit of room at the ends, that's fine. And that's 10 grand for one row. I have no idea how many rows this field is going to take. Hopefully I didn't screw up by exiting our deal here. I kind of feel like maybe I did kind of screw it up by exiting out, because I think if you stay in, it does a little bit better job, but it should line up. Yeah, so that's the right distance. Okay, that's good. So once we have the first one down, let me scooch this over, then they now should all kind of go in easy peasy. They should forcibly line up. Beautiful. Another 20, that's another 10 grand, $10,500 down the tubes. As long as I line up this end correctly and get it started. And we go down. And there we go. We could probably actually go this way, couldn't we? That's not right. Let's try. Is that right? It looks a little bit like it's... No, I guess that's right. We can go with that. It should be roughly 10,000 something, right? Maybe I do need to... Nope, that's right. As you can see, I am more anal about this than I should naturally be. They should be about 10,500 a piece. I would say that's a good way to know. Ooh, that seems odd. Let's get out of that. That didn't seem right. There we go. This is actually going a little better. This is actually going a little better than I suspected it would. The thing that I would like to see Giants do... Well, you're not gonna... I would like to see Giants have like either a degree thing up at the top of the screen, like up here, or something that just lets you know when they're straight. You know, because when you put that first one down, yeah, maybe you do want to angle it, but maybe you do want them to be straight. And there's just, to me, there's just so many better ways that Giants could have done this. You know, I don't know. There's just so many better ways that they could have done this, but maybe that's just the computer geek in me that like has seen and knows that there's better ways of doing this. How much money have we spent? Oh goodness, are we even halfway there yet? Man, this is a lot of olives. I have no idea how many olives this is going to produce, if this is going to be a ridiculous amount, if, you know, or what. But I guess we can always sell. Can't really get your money back out. Oh, did I do that one a little bit far? I think I did. You can't really get your money back from deleting olive stuff, I guess. But I guess we could always sell the property or use it for something else if we so decide. I have another idea on something else we can do. Yep, a little dangerous, I know. Yeah, we've got, boy, so we've spent some good money on this. The good news is we've got the lease mod. So those are all nicely lined up, but you can see how our field, I guess we can keep it about like that. The good news is we've got a lease mod for factories. So we don't have to spend, like $90,000, $80 or $90,000 on the oil production facility. We only have to spend $1,000 a month, which we should be able to afford. Maybe a couple more. $153. Man, I knew this was going to be expensive. I hope we get some good money for olive oil. I think we have to do one more, don't we? Yeah, we got to do one more. We've made it this far. And that's it. There's our olive orchard. I can't even imagine the excitement that you all are feeling right now watching this, saying, yes, yes. Brad has telepathically heard me and has made my dreams come true. There is now an official olive orchard on East Vineland, New Jersey, Kubota Farm. Wow. Now, that being said, we do have the little M5, which I think will make a great little orchard tractor. Let's head back to the farm here for us. Actually, while we're here, well, we don't need to worry about the chickens. They're okay till next month. I'll come back to you, chickens. I'll come back to you. If I can go the right way to our farm. We've got the little M5, and whoa, what the? Thought I ran something over. Maybe I did run something over. We've got the little M5, and that should be a great little orchard tractor for us. We have the money to buy the proper equipment for the orchard. I think this one is too wide for mulching. We could test it, but this little guy here, this little M5, I think is going to be perfect for our orchard tractor. I even think the 6. Where's our 6? Is this our 6? Yeah. I think our 6, or that's our 8. What am I saying? Our 6 is over here. Are you our 6? Yeah. Even our 6 would probably fit. Maybe if I swap out tires. But anyways, I think our M5 will be the perfect little orchard tractor. And all we need to do from there is we probably should pick up, and fortunately, none of it's very expensive. We'll lease this guy when we need it. Because it's, yeah, a little too much cashy for us right now. But for $4,500 for this little guy, what is he? A 1.4 meter mulcher, and we're gonna want this subsoiler. He's $5,000, so not too shabby. Oh, and I did throw this in there. I kind of wanted to take a look at this tractor. This was released, I think, Saturday in the Mod Hub, which I thought was kind of odd. But it's from Peppy. Who's Peppy? Yeah, it's from Peppy 978 for a Saturday release. Kind of interesting. But what a cute little, cool little tractor, I thought. A little Carrero. He did a really nice job with this thing. Very, very, very cool. We probably won't do anything with it on Kubota Farm, but kind of wanted to take a look at that. But $5,000 for this, 45 for this, so that's just around $10,000. We could buy this or lease it, either way. But if we look at the horsepower requirements, I think we're going to be in okay. I mean, 70 horse, 65 horse. You know, that's a really good question, though. How many horsepower does our little M5? Oh, the M5 has 106 horse. Wow. Okay, that's good. I didn't think it had that much horsepower. So it'll easily be able to handle that one and that. And we could buy this straight away, but I don't know how often. Maybe we will. Maybe we're just gonna go all in, more or less. Probably more than less, I guess you would say. But doesn't that olive, yeah, doesn't that look nice? I don't know why I'm doing it, other than I think olive oil would be a great thing to add to the farm. It adds some variety. And I've got another idea that I don't know if we just want to go for it and do it right now or maybe wait. I don't know. But let me fill you in on this little gimmick I've got thinking of. So we've got land over here. All of this field right here is not being used for anything because we bought this field. We put our little chicken coop in there. So we've got this whole front part vacant and a little stash right there, but we don't have to worry about this little stash here. We want to leave room to be able to get in and out and feed the chickens and pick up the eggs and stuff like that. But I'm thinking, why waste this nice space right here? So, Omatana, our modder friend, has released this. And this has been out for a while, actually, I think. But I want to throw this by you. Greenhouses. Grape orchards. And this was my thought. Let me actually get rid of that. Let me hit the F1 menu. Let me set up 90 degrees. And I'm going to set up 1 pixel for spacing. So we'll flip that 90. And this is my thought. We have room to put some of these down here. Some grape orchards. And what I like about them is they take water only, which is fine, or you can get a little fancier with them and get more production out of them by using manure, which we definitely have. Thank you, pigs. So we have manure, and you can use seeds and fertilizer as well, which we can always get. So if you use water, manure, seeds, I don't know if it's seeds and fertilizer or one or the other, you do get a pretty good grape output. And they're cheap. They're only $1,000 a piece. I think they're worth it. And we can get some grape processing going as well and get some grape juice or whatever else the game wants us to make there. So I think we're just going to go for it. And I'm going to try and line these up so that they're at the edge of the field. Boy, I should definitely be doing this with a save game. Let's save the game real quick. Since I've got my orchard set up properly, it's probably not the worst idea in the world to save it. So at this point, if I make a complete mess out of things, are we still at 90? Yeah, we are. Okay. So let me spin this to 90. I'm going to line it up to the right side of the field. And you can see where it says overlaps with another object. I'm going to go just bump it a little bit, 1 bump, so it doesn't have that. That way I'm going to be able to line it up like that. I want the fill, excuse me, sorry. I want the filler to be in the front of it, I think. Do I want the filler to be at the front or the back? I think I want the filler to be in the front. And there we go. And we're going to scooch it over. I think that's the way I want it. It seems like I may have had it the other way before. Let's see how many we can get in here. So if I scooch up 1 and over 1, and I do the same thing, just like that. I think we can get 5. Let's turn it this way and get it lined up that way. That looks correct. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are not expensive, which is kind of nice. And then we can do the same thing now here. And I think I'm going to line it up like that. And over. I think that's correct. Yeah, that looks right. I mean, you can always sell them if you screw up, I guess, but be nice to do it right the first time. I think that's it. So we can drive down here, we can dump off our manure, we can dump off our water, seeds, fertilizer. Drive down here and do the same thing. And we've got enough room for a trailer and a tractor to get through here, and then they'll deposit our grape crates right here. So we should be able to use an auto load right down the middle and scoop them up. What do y'all think? Have I made the biggest mistake on Kubota Farm so far? Or are you with me on this? Let's do this. I always like looking at it without the markers. I think I'm going to get rid of that grass. Get rid of this grass that's growing oddly throughout and clean that up a little bit and make it look a little more, put a better texture in through there, and it'll look much nicer. And then of course we've got, so now we have grapes. Hello chickens. You're gonna, oh, I remember when I was growing up there was a, I don't know why they were there, but there was this grapevine that was growing around this old barn. And we used to go out there as kids and grab those grapes when they were ripe, and they were so sweet and good. I think about it, and I can almost, I can still taste those grapes, and they were just so good. And here's our new olive orchard. So now East Vineland actually has vines for the grapes, and it's got an orchard as well. And I'll tell you what, if I lived here and I lived in that house right there, other than the stank, amazing stank from the chickens, I would say what a beautiful thing in the morning to get out on the porch and be able to look over at the orchard, look at our grapevines, waft in that sweet smell of chicken dung. Whew. Could almost not ask for more. So I don't really know what to do with this orchard now. I'm going to assume, and I don't know how this orchard plays in with precision farming. That was kind of a question I haven't really been able to find the answer to. I don't know how precision farming affects vines. It's not going to affect those that we put down over there because those are basically just self-contained things. But how does precision farming affect orchards like this? And I say that because buying this field, it actually had quite a low yield. I think it was like possible yield was pretty low. It was like 84% or I don't know. It was low. It was very low. Let's see if we go to farmland. This one's 97, and I think this one was, I think 57 was even lower. I think it might have been 94 or 84, something crazy. But, excuse me, does yield potential affect orchards? I don't know. Kind of curious about that. But according to this, at least, our pH value is good and our nitrogen value is good. So I don't think there's anything we have to do straight away until the grass starts growing. We could do some mulching. And I think you mulch and then you subsoil. I honestly haven't done a full olive orchard like this. I've done, I think Omatana has an olive tree that she brought out. I've messed with those. I've messed with the olive. There was a mod that had olive trees and had like that olive picker, that kind of an umbrella looking thing. Messed with that, but I haven't really messed with the full orchard thing like this. So curious to see how that goes. But I think that's all the damage I'm going to do this episode. Actually, I suppose what we could do just before you leave so that it's actually official and you know that we're really in it is put our delivery service here. And since, whoops, I don't want construction. Actually, you know what? We could probably wait until tomorrow to see if any of our orchard tools go on sale. I mean, they're not very expensive, but we don't need them today. So it won't hurt to wait another month, April, May, till June. And we'll see if they go on sale. If they don't, we'll buy them when we need them. But I think that's going to be it for this episode of Kubota Farm. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about our orchards, our olive orchard, and our new grape. Here's some water. I guess they're spraying themselves. Interesting. They shouldn't have water, I don't think. Where's our production deals? Oh, we're gonna have a lot now. Yeah, they don't have anything. Oh, and interestingly enough, now we need a water tank. And guess what I sold like a month or two ago? Our water tank. Go figure. So we'll have to pick up a water tank. Not a biggie. But thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your Monday. Thank you for joining in. Take care of yourselves. Make sure to take care of each other. Hopefully see you back here in Kubota Farm tomorrow, where the excitement, I'm certain, will continue. All right. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.